In the heart of winter, where the world is painted in shades of blue and white, lie the Ural Mountains. A vast, unforgiving expanse of frozen peaks that pierce the sky, they are a testament to nature's raw and untamed power. For centuries, these mountains have been the keepers of secrets, their jagged ridges and deep valleys shrouding mysteries that defy explanation. Tonight, under a moonless sky, they are about to claim another one. Our story begins in the dead of night. A thick, ethereal fog clings to the mountainsides, rolling between the peaks like a silent, ghostly river. The air is so cold it feels sharp, a blade against the skin. There is a profound silence here, a quiet so deep it feels heavy, broken only by the whisper of the wind as it snakes through ancient rock formations. It's a landscape both beautiful and terrifying, a place where human presence feels like an intrusion. Into this desolation, a small group of figures ventures forth. 9 hikers, their silhouettes dwarfed by the immense scale of their surroundings. They move as one, a small, determined train of humanity pushing against the vast emptiness. They are experienced, well-equipped, and filled with the spirit of adventure. They are students and graduates from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, led by Igor Dyatlov, a seasoned mountaineer. They sought a challenge, a journey to the summit of Otorten, a name that in the local Mansi language means, "Don't go there." They could not have known how prophetic that name would become. As they march deeper into the frozen wilderness, a light snow begins to fall, each flake a tiny speck of white against the encroaching darkness. Their headlamps cut feeble beams through the gloom, illuminating the path ahead, but revealing little of the immense, shadowy world around them. They are moving towards a slope known as Kolet Syakal, or Dead Mountain. The name is an ancient one, steeped in local legends of drowned spirits and ominous warnings. But for these young, rational minds, they were just stories, folklore from a bygone era. They were scientists, engineers, adventurers. They believed in preparation, in skill, in each other. They did not believe in curses. Days later, when they failed to send their scheduled telegram, a search party was dispatched. What they found was not a tragedy of misadventure, but the beginning of an enigma that would baffle investigators for decades. Let's retrace their steps, following the faint trail they left behind in the snow, a trail that leads not to answers, but to a chilling, incomprehensible void. The search team's first discovery was the campsite, or what was left of it. It was located on the exposed slope of Kolet Syakal, a place no experienced hiker would choose to camp, especially with a blizzard on the horizon. The tent, their only shelter against the brutal elements, was collapsed and half buried in snow. But what was truly shocking was how they had left it. The canvas had been sliced open from the inside. Not unzipped, not untied, but violently cut, as if they were desperate to escape from something within the tent itself. Inside, a scene of bizarre order and chaos. Blankets and personal belongings were neatly arranged, yet their boots, essential for survival in this terrain, were left behind. 9 pairs of boots, lined up as if waiting for their owners to return. Outside, a single, flickering flashlight lay half buried in the snow, its beam weakly pulsing like a dying heartbeat. The scene screamed of panic, a sudden, inexplicable terror that had driven 9 seasoned hikers out into the sub-zero wilderness, barefoot or in socks, with no means of survival. What could have caused such a reaction? An avalanche. The initial theory seemed plausible. An avalanche would explain the need for a hasty exit. But investigators found no evidence of one. The snow around the tent was undisturbed, save for one chilling detail: footprints. A set of 9 distinct tracks leading away from the tent, straight down the treacherous, icy slope, into the darkness of the nearby forest. The tracks told a terrifying story. They were made by people walking, not running, in a calm, orderly fashion. They walked side by side, as if being escorted, for nearly a mile into the woods. And then, the trail simply stopped, not because of a cliff or a river, but as if they had vanished into thin air. The snow beyond was pristine, untouched. It was as if the mountain itself had swallowed them whole. The search for the hikers was now a search for bodies, and the mystery was only deepening. The first two bodies were found at the edge of the forest, under a large cedar tree. They were dressed only in their underwear. Beside them were the remains of a small, hastily built fire. The branches of the cedar tree above them were broken up to a height of 15 feet, suggesting someone had tried to climb it, perhaps to get a better view, or to escape from something on the ground below. But what could they have been escaping from, the cold or something else? 3 more bodies were found between the cedar tree and the camp, scattered at different intervals. They seemed to have been trying to make their way back to the tent, succumbing one by one to the relentless hypothermia. Their poses were desperate, frozen in their final struggle against the elements. It seemed like a straightforward, if tragic, case of freezing to death. But then, 2 months later, the final 4 hikers were discovered, and the entire narrative shattered. They were found in a ravine, buried under 13 feet of snow, not far from the cedar tree. And their injuries were unlike anything the investigators had ever seen. One had suffered a fractured skull. 2 others had massive, crushing chest fractures, the kind of force typically associated with a high-speed car crash. Yet, externally, their bodies showed no signs of impact, no soft tissue damage, no bruises. It was as if they had been squeezed by an immense, invisible force. The final victim was missing her tongue, her eyes, and parts of her face. The official cause of death was listed as a compelling natural force, a vague, unsatisfying conclusion for a case riddled with contradictions. How do you explain the tent being cut from the inside? Why leave their boots and warm clothing behind? What caused the catastrophic internal injuries with no external signs of a struggle? And what happened to the missing tongue? Over the years, theories have swirled around the Dyatlov Pass incident like the mountain snows. Some suggest a secret military weapons test gone wrong, the hikers stumbling upon something they weren't meant to see. Strange orange spheres and bright lights were reported in the sky over the northern Urals around the same time, fueling speculation of something otherworldly. Others point to infrasound, a low-frequency sound that can induce feelings of panic, nausea, and dread, potentially caused by a rare weather phenomenon. Could a Kármán vortex street have generated a sound that drove them mad with terror? And then there are the darker, more ancient explanations. The Mansi people have legends of the Menk, wild, ape-like creatures that roam these forests. Could the hikers have had a fatal encounter with a creature unknown to science? The lack of any animal tracks near the bodies seems to discredit this, but in a place so remote, who can say for sure? Let's look again at the clues they left behind, the silent artifacts of their final moments. A broken compass, its needle spinning erratically, useless. A frozen watch, its hand stopped at a moment in time, a permanent record of an unknown event. A map, soaked and frozen, its roots and symbols now an unreadable blur of ink. Each item is a piece of the puzzle, yet none fit together to form a clear picture. They only add more layers to the shadow. As dawn breaks over Kholat Syakhl, the first rays of sun touch the peaks, turning the blue-white landscape to a pale, ghostly gold. The blizzard has passed, the wind is still. A profound, unnerving silence has returned to the mountain. It is as if nothing ever happened. The snow has covered the tracks, buried the evidence, and erased the final moments of 9 lives. The mountain keeps its secrets well. There are no signs of struggle, no signs of life, only the vast, indifferent emptiness of the wild. The Dyatlov Pass incident is not just a story of survival gone wrong. It is a modern myth, a chilling reminder that there are corners of our world that remain untamed and forces at play that we do not understand. It's a story that gets under your skin and stays there because it lacks the one thing we crave in the face of tragedy, an answer. The hikers walked into the heart of the unknown, and in the end, the unknown claimed them. The mountain remains silent, the mystery unsolved, a cold, dark question mark frozen in time. Thank you for joining us on this unsettling journey into one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. If you found this exploration compelling, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the unknown. Stay curious and stay safe.